There's something about it.
Still alive, I see. Something tells me that I saw on the horizon is your doing. How'd you manage that?
It's a long story. One that I'd rather only tell once.
Right. All hands on deck, then.
Is this everyone? As I'm sure you've all guessed, the crystal which now commands the eastern skies was summoned by Ultima. He called it Origin. Though the significance of that name is as yet unclear.
What does it matter what it's called? Its emergence tore Twinside asunder and wiped my homeland from the map.
Mention of the Dominion spires can be found in the oldest of Valisthian records. But to the best of my knowledge, none provide any hint as to their true nature, that they would prove the horns of some slumbering demon. Well,
The Dominion's demise was at least quick. Elsewhere, the Republican army cannot hope to contain the chaos engulfing Randalar. Canva is in flames, and the Empire.
Our allies are crying out for answers. I've sent the Cursebreakers to give them what assurances we can, but right now that amounts to fuck all.
They wouldn't be able to stop what the skies have started in any case. People here and across the realm grow sicker with every passing day.
Could it be that this new Mother Crystal is like the others? That it draws upon the land's ether? It certainly looked that way from stone here.
If that were true, it would explain the hastening spread of the Blight since the crystal's appearance. Would it not?
And as the land's ether slowly rises to the surface, it pools, corrupting all who cannot channel its energies. Archay above, ether floods below, and in the middle, here we languish, hopelessly entrapped.
It's all right. When we faced him at Stone here, Ultima told us his true power quickens in the halls of Origin. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to continue. If we are to stop him, we will have to find a way into the crystal.
How are we going to manage that then? It's up in the sky. And fast as she is, the Enterprise can't fly.
It's a lot to take in, and I reckon we'd all benefit from some time to clear our heads. The answer will come to us. Don't you worry. Ain't that right, Clive?
Right. That's right.
Well, go on then. Bugger off. Same goes for you, Clive. You won't solve anything like this. Trust me. Go and get some fresh air, eh?
Thank you. Joshua seemed upset.
You're going somewhere, Sid? Can we come? I promise we'll be good.
Believe me, Clive, I would fly with you to Origin, nay, to the end of the world.
Unless you've taught our chocobos how to fly, I won't be scouting this one.
I will not forget this kindness, my lord. I shall go to Eastport, but as soon as the rebuilding works.
Ultima may have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be, but a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it, it won't be easy. It may take generations, centuries of suffering. And that is if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. Are you certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. but only what you must, yes? I'm still your sworn shield.
That you are.
And what of my wings? Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima. He has much to answer for.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
He speaks like a man who knows he's not coming back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to, does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
Take as much time as you need, brother. Something tells me Ultima will wait.
Clive. Fine purse weighing you down. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. Finished, are you?
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea. This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
It's almost time. Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything. What is... Something tells me this is... Thank you, Uncle.
As for down here... Clive! Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks.
I would have done the same for...
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make it
From what little I saw.
But I was rather hoping the great and good of the... Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in...
We must move quick. But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face it, the realm's armies. As you've seen firsthand, certain cities have banded together to... And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is, in short, if...
But how would one even...
The armies, my boy. As I told you already. Sadly, I doubt I could convince... But I do know someone the High Commanders have been...
I thought he was...
He was. Until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. And as luck would have it...
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. Havel has always been a man of... Frustratingly... I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course. You don't mind?
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we... And if the Field Marshal wish...
That's the...
I'll leave for Randall. Would you send a stoat?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital.
Excellent.
No. Don't worry, my boy. Rutherford is in Randalar this very moment, singing your praises to...
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen our show.
Pining for something, boy. What is it? I never did ask where you got that anklet of you.
From Sid, that's why. On the day he brought him up.
How long?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid's clapped that there iron on him.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp, losing doubly hard in being a frost wolf. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron? I reckon what he were looking for.
I'm sorry, Torg. Sorry for making you... Let's get that thing off you.
Doesn't sound like you want...
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you? You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, aren't you?
Not nearly as much as you have.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly.
Your kindness is appreciated.
Only because he doesn't talk back like that.
Where to then, Torgal? All right, Torgal. I'm going to need a little bit more. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless... You've already given me... Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the... To Port Isolde. Fingers crossed the old mooring is...
This is it then, brother. Indeed.
You're wrong.
Of course.
Joshua, what's wrong?
I've received word from Cyril. The undying of
His will.
in the crypt beneath after Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials. And in the process of doing so,
I'm surprised anything.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience.
Of course. I want to know what's in.
Very well. Back to Tabor then. Not to be reunited with Yoti.
Courage, Ifrit. My decision is made. You said it yourself. He must.
He must.
Make ready.
Sid,
By all means.
it's my old master. And something else. Records from a...
How did she come back?
Finding bearers always... And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. And even better for her. Bearers with no...
Leaving the bearers to be liberated.
Sid, I'd like... And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreak, I can't let those bearers die in their cells.
We'll be needing the Enterprise.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, and we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable...
Thank you, Sid. Chadwick. Another of my... The thought of him held...
He must be very important.
He was.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the We should head there as quickly as we can.
As do I, Dor.
How long has it been since the jailers of Balmung abandoned their charges?
Sid, I was wondering...
It depends what...
A bearer, but recently freed from his book. As you know, the work we do is not easy. Which is why we...
I don't mind, but...
Because our ranks are filled with men and women scouting. We're few with the... And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you...
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys?
One can never...
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that he is to proceed directly to...
No time like the present.
No time like the present.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer. Vivian, and I'd be happy to help you find...
Thank you, Clark. But,
Please. It's only right that I would...
You are too... Alas. I spoke with Harpocrates to see if... But...
If you say so.
Forgive me, but this book... It...
All this time, my heart has wandered hither and thither in search of the perfect companion. When all along he was here, standing right beside me. All this time.
What do you think happened to Miss Midadol?
Sid!
With what?
No! Well...
It's Miss Midadol. Very strange.
When she is, she acts like...
In the cloud.
That's what I said.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind.
Not long ago.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? Don't listen to her.
But who's gonna put Miss Mid...
Why don't I go?
You do that. She's in her...
Don't scare it.
Thanks for the warning. Mid.
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along. If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will.
To the sky? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding. Is this really so important?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to them. The Fallen had their chance. But they relied too, but not me. Well, almost.
And is that a one?
Are you volunteering? But if a godfather's offering to lend, first I'll need oil. And not just some old drippings. Then I'll need some bone. Or...
If it's beast bones you're after.
No, they'll know where you might find some.
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
They make an oil down at the docks in Old Hill that's as slippery as the sea nasties they render it from. With that and the bone I told you about.
Has Nidalee mentioned a new project yet?
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid.
Of course.
It is an honor to... My name is Herman. I wish to be deployed to Ark.
No. I will not send good men. Why would you want to go?
I need to retrieve... I was raised, or rather... It was not a place of nurture. It existed. We were tortured. Until... And few ever survived long enough to be...
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. But they must be remembered. The Institute was run with military...
You were a good, but the fact remains that...
Sid,
please. Too dangerous for you. I'll go to Bad Buck.
You will?
I won't let you risk your...
I don't know.
You can start by telling me what...
Vida Grace.
All right.
May the mothers guide. The plains of Vida Grace have haunted my dreams since I escaped from the orphanage. I can't say I was looking forward to returning.
Is there aught I might assist you with? My lord.
I am.
I do not doubt it.
Thank you, you.
May you return safe. His Grace and I. At first, it was my duty to him. May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart.
Thank you, my lord, for taking me in. Everyone here has been so kind. It reminds me of home.
His tea stopped. Clive.
What's this?
A chest of all the... Seeing as you're so reluctant to...
I'm sure it will be entire.
And work Rodrigue all the harder, you mean? I'll take that particular piece of it. Besides, who else is going...
Who indeed?
I'm glad I was there for his final moments. He deserved the peace he chose.
You nearly collapsed back there.
All right, Sid.
Only if you want. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her.
Most bones are the same. If it's durability you're looking for.
I do. Will any old Adam...
Well, with shells, the older the harder. But don't expect to make quick work of them.
I'll keep that in mind.
Normally, I wouldn't recommend going anywhere near an adamantus, let alone one that's had a few centuries to let its...
What a word. Might be time to take a step back. And if it weren't for Sid,
No.
is that right? Off you go then.
Ah, Clive.
Harpocrates, I've been charged with locating...
And you seek one whose name I have...
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much.
And yet I gather it did naught. Clive, I fear she asks the impossible.
The executor.
Coveters of a clandestine organization commit one such text, being the tome with a tale which could overturn or so rumor has.
How is it that I haven't heard of this?
Why? See, they lurk in the shadows.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was...
by the hand of the executor.
But what drives them?
Fine question. Sadly, all but you may just as soon ask me of their origins. None.
Then my hunt was doomed. What was Vivian expect?
Not from thin air. Rumors of the executors are but rather less so. I had a friend in the village. Alas, I have heard, but though he did not mention it by name, it is possible, if you were, by some chance, able to save even a single...
Very well. I'll be sure to pay Garnick.
Knowledge hoarded is knowledge lost. Having never visited, I make no guarantee that you will find... Ah, yes. Indeed. Then, fare thee well, my friend.
This one. Over here. Get him. Get him.
Caution, brother.
Get him! Kobold, kill! Over here! This one.
It's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all. This should be enough. It's still here. A lot smaller than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy. I wasn't being serious.
You two go on without me. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure. Hop in, boy. This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on. Race you there? I bet I could still beat you. Here we are. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal? Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, Shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy? Thank you, Torgal, for never giving up, for never forgetting. Let's take this with us, shall we? So I don't forget either. That's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming. I think I know where we're going. People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home. Sorry for the wait. We're ready. Go!
Why the hell would Victor take the bearers?
None of the stalls were planned.
Here to help me pack, thanks, but I'll be traveling light.
You're really going to go through with...
I am. But before I go...
If it's within my power to...
It's the children. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe.
Of course.
Thank you, Clive.
Lubor!
What is it, Ferda?
There's been a flood in the Velcroy. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged.
What?
Every last one of the bastards.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. We need to evacuate. Ferda, gather. The Akashic may strike at any moment. Well?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of... The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Tell them to prepare for a...
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince...
You
have to listen to me. They're coming.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss?
Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an import. There's been an ether flood. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now. You need to begin preparing for...
Oh, do we?
Lubor, perhaps? The man's, you may believe, is lying.
But why would he lie about something?
Some twisted attempt. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been a great honor for one of his. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been...
Lord Underhill, Lubor cannot be trusted.
You may not trust me. If there is any chance...
There isn't. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
You're right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
What commotion is this, I ask myself? A sudden stampede
Lord Ferda.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the... They've convinced themselves that...
The bloody
which means the town guard can't be counted, but I can. If there's anything I can do, you only have to...
I appreciate it.
Sid! Ferda!
Victor?
I couldn't abandon them, and Lubor is in need of this very...
You have to believe me! The Akashic are coming! They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There will be no parley, no mercy granted! We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
You should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far, far away!
Run!
Just go!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes! Go!
Come on, then.
Go on! Go!
Just go.
Lubor.
Wait. Someone's coming.
Go! Come on!
Stop! You're hurting him! Ah! Ah! Oh!
did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad?
And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that?
Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly round here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever.
But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling?
He keeps this whole place going. And you act like it doesn't even exist.
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then.
Fine. Gather around if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcro. The place had been abandoned until the League of Outlaws. Now they're all turned, and in the
They are mindless monsters, driven only by... With the bandits, we at least knew how when these creatures come. The town guard will muster at the north gate. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messenger, and as soon as it has been, Conrad, can I count?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, and the command of our men in yours, Fer.
Consider it done, as you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the towns and tell the merchants not to waste time securing any. As long as we survive, our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known.
Very well.
Where do I fit into this? Where else but the most? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile main host is most likely still there.
A little gardening.
I doubt it.
Luckily, so
you are. All right then, we all know what... Now it's simply a matter of doing it.
Looks like everyone's ready. I'd better not keep them waiting.
Sid, you didn't happen to see anything out of the ordinary on your way here, did you? We've had reports of bearer transports being attacked along the roads, and they're not freeing the poor souls. They're reselling them on the black market. If we can catch them in the act, perhaps we can kill two birds with one stone.
There it is. The flood. But what's waiting for us inside?
single one alive. You're finished. Stay down. Kill! Right! Sick him! All yours, Torgal! This one! Sick him! Attack! Get him! Under this one! Sick him! Too slow. Go, Torgal! Kill! Get him! Sick him! Down, Torgal! Go, Torgal! This one! Go for it! Sick him! And another! Over here! Down, Torgal! The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how...
All the Akashic we were able to find seems that might be the last.
Last of them here, but...
Lubo, Sir Clive has...
Clive!
It's done.
I knew you wouldn't.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven, and we need not fear the victory is at...
We bloody did it!
We saved Dalimil.
Lubor, allow me to apologize. After all you have done for this...
But we did. We only hope that...
We need you, Lubor. So, if you would... You do remember...
We do. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of...
I see. But I will...
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your... If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not... Unity is the key to defending Dalimil. And I do... When that time comes, I...
Of course.
And you will accept that if the mistreatment of any bearer within our walls shall... They will not be judged by what...
As we failed to do.
We agree to your conditions.
Condition accept. Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. How fickle fate. Not so long ago I had resigned my... And now, I'm here.
Lubo.
Fear not. You are, of course, I would sooner face another horde of... I'll make sure that...
I don't doubt that you... And not just the children.
Can't have all your...
Here we are again. Karava. If you were a tortoise, Torgal, where would you hide?
All yours, Torgal. Get him. Go, Torgal. Get him. Over here. Torgal, kill. Down, Torgal. Get him! Kill! Farewell!
No mistakes.
Nice try. This one. Kill! Get him! Down, Torgal! Kill! Over here! Now, Corvo! Stay down!
It looks like we found him. Yeah, that's all ready. This one. This one. Tight. You're finished. I better get these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Here, take a look at my wares. A fine choice. Of course. Go safely.
This is hide unlike any I've had the pleasure of handling.
The bearer of the burning quill is within, my lord.
Your Grace? Cyril, you found a letter from Father.
Yes.
If you would do us the honor, my lord.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive
the day before we left for Phoenix.
What are these plans? His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the complete emancipation of bearers is but your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also, with the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Nor would he have entrusted those who would have stood with you. Shielded.
It's a pity only they are still...
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath, but one at least remained.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that, after all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering his great...
And where is this?
She awaits you in the yard.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
Lord Marquis?
What is it?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across. He sent an owl
Was he surveying?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult, an ancient religion that worshipped Ultima. By gaining an understanding of this new...
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash?
Fully cognizant, I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order. Though he has been silent for some days now, yet... It seemed only for, as you so earnestly advised me.
But Ash is a big place.
Perhaps. The last Mickleburg was... It lies in... If aught...
Right.
You are much. Go then, with my hopes.
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then...
Let's concentrate on finding the third chair first, shall we?
This is the Required Tree, an archive where we of the Undying collect and collate our findings.
The Undying are not the only secret fellowship in this realm, you know. There are others, each working for their own ends. Why, not so very long ago, a society committed to discovering how one might go. Magics without a catalyst was found to be operating throughout Valisthea. They were denounced as heretics, rooted out, and driven from our shores, never to be seen again.
My lord, your grace. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude.
I merely did my duty.
My lady.
But what exactly is the gift?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom.
Indeed it has.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with it. Alas. He didn't. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be, but it was not to be.
I see.
It saddens me to bring... It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished, but with his grace long since gone. And you are grown men now, and while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone, I know that nothing would have...
Thank you.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this?
I do. It is found in the bellies of Elder Griff. We do at least know where to find one. A certain You are most perceptive. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. Were you to slay it in his stead?
What say you, Judge?
What else?
The griffin your father meant to slay is currently nesting in Titan's Wake. Not far.
Titan's Wake is to the south of here. But we must not be hasty. The good lady has been disappointed once already.
Eyes peeled, Joshua.
There it is.
For House Rossfield.
All yours, Bogle.
Nice try. Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Goritha will know.
Thank the Founder. The griffin is slain.
And the Heartstone clay.
Yes. This radiant luster light throat. Thank you, your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. If you would excuse me. The armbands are prey. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet. And the graven vines encircling the stone.
It's a message. For enemies who would thwart his vision.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms, only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. But this was more, it was a promise.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after father died, mother, even if the armbands were incomplete. So...
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewel. I tried to warn your father, but it was too late. When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, and so my pursuit continued. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord, for coming back to... I remain your faithful servant, my lord.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally...
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
Let him see that you have received his blessing.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Shall we pay father a visit?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Your father's helm is in... Since the day we recovered it, I prithee claim it. And I do not doubt that your father would
Thank you, Cyril. Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
Do you see that too?
is it?
Don't ask me.
Oh, please. Just make it stop. I'm scared. It's all right.
Over here! Too slow. All yours, Torgal. This one. Attack! Over here! Go, Tor! This one! Over here! This one!
That can't be Rutherford, can it?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! Allow me. I don't need your... Please, Field Marshal.
This won't take long.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him. Kill! Get him!
Nice try.
Over here! Over here! This one.
Over here! After this one! Go, Tor! Now, Torgo! Let's go, Zicker! Over here! Too slow. It's over.
A little longer than I'd have liked. Field Marshal Havel, are either of you injured?
No, my lord. Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the out, but I hadn't thought the corruption had... It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the outlaw...
Call me what you want. It doesn't change or the urgency of the message I bring.
Before I agreed... I'd have you answer one. What do you stand?
I won't deny that I might, but I seek a new beginning. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made for so long. So many when it should have been our decision all along. But in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it...
Certainly not the words I expected from... You are, no. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial...
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only...
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to require a dip. We will need an envoy. One who can court even the most...
I'm flattered. And I have other What we need is a skilled up...
Is that, sir? And would he...
Of a different kind.
I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis, your Lord Uncle bade me escort the...
And I will see that my associate...
Very good, man.
An envoy. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. Someone like Quentin. Quinton.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me. Go on, then. You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlain and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything?
I know it's a lot to ask.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, the people of Lostwing, you'll have to find someone.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. If it's the we'll see that the grapes are picked and the
It's not that.
Then what is it?
You know that's not what...
Then what are you? That only we are worse? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced... Who's to say you couldn't convince the entire...
A stirring argument. I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat...
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. I can arrange for a party of...
That would be very much... I hear the roads are...
Hopefully. My uncle will want to know that his plan is taking shape.
Any statesmen we speak with are liable to resist our entreaties if they feel that what little power remains to them is at stake. They must be dealt with skillfully.
Reckon Master Quinton could argue an egg back up a hen's quim if he set his mind to it.
Quinton's gonna build us new Lostwing, and I'm gonna help.
Nazaire might have at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
And who'll pay for that?
Who do you think?
I'm nervous.
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember?
At your service.
Please, just Sid.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be
To become a scout, yes.
I am, but I swore.
Who would that be?
Gav. It was no magic, no support. It taught me what one man can, and I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember.
So...
You haven't even... Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. And bring it here.
And bring it here, right.
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded... You'll need to assess the situation. All without being discovered.
Ember. Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything.
Know my limits. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous.
On my way.
Even now, the capital has moved. The Empire keeps the watchtowers overlooking royal meadows and the Sea of Grace manned. But only by a skeleton crew. It's a trial, not a death sentence.
Get him! Get him! Over here! Get him! Over here!
These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it. Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Then run! If you want him, you'll have to go through me. Titan! It's over. Ember, are you... gone? Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed.
He'd have our coin, our stock and us.
I didn't... Where is Ember?
He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. He was nowhere to be seen.
I knew the boy had a nervous streak.
The right man for the... I believe this is the logbook you...
Eh? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower.
What? To bring the thing back without getting...
He has you then, his heir.
But Sid...
He did what he thought was best.
Of course. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
This won't be an easy decision.